Hello. Hey, y'all. I know I'm up in here late, but I'm waiting for my recorded video to process. I'm telling you, I did not expect that presentation to take so long. I fully expected to be done doing that at the latest by like 8 o'clock. So I'm talking about, I have to give a presentation in like what 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 hours, okay, for some folks over in West Africa. So I wanted to record it first so I could send them the link because the last time I did it, the internet was not having it. It wasn't going there. So I went ahead and record. So now I just got to wait for the video to process and all that so I can send it to her. So go live real quick. Well, let me tell you something. So I was just roaming around the YouTube streets as I tend to do sometimes. And a video caught my eye, right? Because he was talking about the STIGS, which are the the technical controls, that DoD has, the same thing that NIST has, DoD just has it for their framework. Anyway, so I was like, okay, let me listen to it. Because what it was he said, I don't know, the title, I should have saw who it was, but the title was like, STIGS 101 or something like that, So I was like, let me click on this and see what he's talking about. So I'm listening to it, okay, and he's referring to a previous video that he made where he was referring to the STIGS and people were like, didn't know what he was talking about. So I stopped there and I was like, well, let me go to this previous video that he's talking about, which was about, the title was like, I'm not on the red team or something like that, because he made that video because he'd gotten a job, he'd gotten hired to be on the red team. And he was very excited about it, okay? So he made the videos telling his subscribers, hey, I'm on the red team, because he does ethical hacking and all that, right? So he said, so in the video, he said what happened was he's a contractor. He's been a contractor for a while. And those of us who are contractors, we know them contracts just be, canceled and all kind of stuff be going on, right? So it was canceled and he was, they had to find him another position. So he said they told him, well, we have somewhere for you to go, until another, red team or pen testing position comes open. He was like, okay, what is it? They say you're going to be put in STIGS. Oh, he says STIGS. You gotta see the video. I'm telling you, he said it like STIGS just stank, It's like, I ain't doing no STIGS, like it's a what is it, like a downgrade, to what he actually does, which is pen testing and red team. He's not gonna he's not gonna dumb himself down to do some STIGs. Okay. It was funny, like it really was. I was like, oh my God. So this second video, because if you watch the first one, he had like a thing in there where every time he said, it was funny. It was funny. So he would come in and just say STIGs, and then start talking again and then say STIGs and start talking again. It was kind of hilarious. But he said, because people were like, what are you saying? They thought he was saying sticks or something. They didn't know what the heck he was talking about. So this other video that he made, he went ahead and he did a really good job, going through what the STIGs are and what they're used for and all of that, And, he wasn't hating on them or nothing like that. He was just saying one of his main things was like, just because you have STIGs on your system and, your applications and stuff, that doesn't mean you're good. And I think we know that. We know that. We know that stigging stuff is not going to stop you from getting, assaulted and violated, by these folks out here. But I just thought that was very interesting because that actually goes with the whole narrative about, if you want to elevate your game, then you need to do some hacking, right? That's the whole narrative. You can't just be blue team, You know, you can't just do that. If you want to be better, you know, better. If you want to be a part of the elite, you must hack into systems successfully without getting caught. All right. That's the narrative. So what, you know, the way he reacted to being given, you know, put in a STIG position versus what he thought it was going to be, you know, was, you know, goes along with that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Ciao. But we gonna make STIG sexy. I'm determined. I am determined. Okay, that we're gonna have a bunch of ethical and non-ethical trying to put on some STIGs. Okay, because they want to be in the club. You know that they want to be in. So we're gonna make them sexy. Don't worry about that. I'm working on it. I am working on it. I haven't been on this YouTube video I normally do StreamYard. I don't even know the last time I've been on YouTube like this. I don't know. I was trying to figure out how it works. Like, what the hell? Because it looks so different from when I first came on. Like the last time I did this, it looks very, very different. YouTube be doing some stuff. But you know what they doing now? I went to one of my videos. So somebody commented, I think it was my CYSA video. Like she's about to take a test or something. So she looked at the one I did on CYSA and she commented on it. So I went to the video to see her comment so I could reply. And I saw a commercial. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, what they got a commercial on my video for? Because you're supposed to, you know, the way it works, the way I understood it was that you had to at least have 1,000 people and like 4,000 watch hours or something for them to, you know, offer you the ability, you know, to play commercials, you know, and get compensated a little bit for doing that. So I was wondering, like, why do I have commercials on here? Because I ain't got none of those, you know, 1,000 or 4,000 watch hours. So what's up with that? You know, so I went to YouTube to read their policy and all that. You know, these ninjas done resorted to, if you have one video on YouTube, you just started yesterday. They can put a commercial on it if they want to, okay? And of course, you get nothing, all right? I don't like that. I don't like, and it's not about to get nothing, you know, because I don't like commercials. I will click off a video. If the commercials come on that don't allow you to skip, they make you sit there and wait for two-minute commercials. I'm good, okay? I'm good. Bye. I will go somewhere else what I'm looking for. Because I don't like that. You know, I've gotten used to having control of whether I want to see commercials or not. I will pay, you know, just like I do right now. You know, I for these subscriptions I have, I pay Hulu to not show me commercials because I ain't trying to do all that. Okay. I had to sit and suffer through commercials for years. What nothing I can do. I just had to sit there and take it. Just take it. Nothing I can do. Okay. I ain't gotta do that no more. All right. And I don't like that YouTube is putting commercials on my videos. You know, I still feel like I should be able to say, yes, I want them or no, I don't. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't. I'm protesting. I don't like it. You know, because the people for people like me who don't like commercials, you know, then I don't want you to have to sit through that stuff, you know, because I don't want to sit through it, you know, to see what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I feel like you know, I don't like that. And then they say if they allow them, what are the reasons? One of the reasons was if you are saying something or doing something about a product or whatever, then the person who has a right to put their commercial on that's one of and the other reason is just because we want to, basically is what they said, you know, all that other stuff. They didn't have to say all that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, child. But so I am going to, for the video that I'm waiting on to be rendered, let me see where it is. It still says processing recording. It was only 39 minutes. So I can't go to bed until this thing is done because I need to send it to her so they could do whatever they need to do for the next 5 hours. But it was really good. Like it's really good. So if you saw my other video the other day, I really did, expand on all that stuff. And something that something that I brought out, because I've talked about this in my videos before, but I really brought it out in this one, right? Is that is really not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence how we in cybersecurity we talk about security and we talk about trust, right? Whether zero trust or whatever, we talk about trust, okay? Especially when it comes to business, right? Because you do business with people you trust, and businesses that you trust, or who are connected to a third party or something, that you trust. You know what I mean? Like the middleman, like a lot of times the bank is the middleman between you and somebody else, right? So and you trust the bank because the bank has backing by the government or whoever the hell, But the thing is security and trust. Now, both of those terms are security terms, but they're also financial terms. Security and trust, they're financial terms. So it makes sense. It makes sense that Amazon, Microsoft, who the other one is? Netflix, Google, all these people who are dominating the internet, and the reason why I could talk to y'all like this and all that. These people invest a lot of stuff in. Netflix actually calls it, how did they say that? Their motto for cybersecurity now is what the hell is it again? Something about customer trust. It's not investing in customer trust, but it's something like that. It's something like that, And if you read their, like, if you go to some of their job announcements are so interesting. Netflix, I'm like, I want a job at Netflix. like I do. I mean, they just, because the whole thing, the whole idea, and I try to get this across too for government and stuff, but government, they don't, I don't know, child. I don't know. But Netflix is all about, we're doing what we're doing so you can have a good experience. Okay. We ain't trying to get in the way of you having a good experience with our product, with the movies and stuff, We're going to protect you, right? But our priority is your experience, which makes security their priority. Okay. Like they're not separate. I don't have to choose between, you having a good experience from the product that I'm providing and you having security. Like which one you want, which one. It's not like that at all. Okay. It's not like that at all. It's both, it's both and, it's, which I think is so cool, but if you read all that stuff on their cybersecurity page, it's awesome, man. And the other one too, who did I mention? Not Microsoft, the other one. Who the hell I said? I said Netflix, Amazon, them too. Now, about 2 years ago, was it two? No, 3 or 4 years, 3 years ago, I was hacked. Okay. Which is probably why I get in my feelings so much, about all this hacking and shit going on. I'm sure it's got something to do with that. Anyway, I was hacked. And one of the things that happened, in addition to these knuckleheads getting in my bank account, right? And I went in my bank account, okay? Because I used to use Zelle for my bank account. So I would send my mom money and stuff, and I would use Zelle for that. So I started getting emails saying that my Zelle transaction went through. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is that? It ain't no Zelle. And I'm the only one on my bank account, okay? Ain't nobody else on there. And the first one I got, I was away for 1 month. Okay, I was in Charlottesville for 1 month for a leadership development program when I got that first thing, okay? So, and Charlottesville is only 2 hours away from here. So I called the bank and I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on with this? So I printed out the paper and, and I went there to the bank to see what was up, and come to find out this person, I don't know what kind of attack they used or how the hell they did whatever. But in my bank account on my Zelle page, where I was, you can put the email address of the person that you send money to. Okay. There was it was like a Gabriel Gonzalez or something. I'm like, who the hell is that? And the bank looking at me like, I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, I did not put that there. I was like, I did not make this transaction. I don't know who that is, and so they gave me my money back and all that. But it happened again. It happened again. And they looking at me like I'm actually conspiring with Mr. Gonzalez to send him money from my Zelle account. I'm like, listen, I don't know who this is and I don't know how they're getting my account. So we did the whole thing to change everything and and all of that. And I just stopped using Zelle, period, for anything. I only use them with that one bank, okay? Because I have three organizations I bank with, but I didn't use it again, But I'm like, that was just one of the things that happened with, was the bank. The other one was with Amazon, okay, because they got in my Amazon account, and they sent me, the person or people or whatever who hacked into my account sent me an email bragging on the fact that they hacked into my account, okay. Talk about somebody was livid. You have no idea. First of all, how violated I felt. I mean, violated. Okay. I've never been physically assaulted, but the way I felt when that person just rubbed it in my face that they had the know-how, okay, that I did not have. And apparently the security team for my bank did not have, or something, right? They had the know-how to be able to steal right under and nobody could do anything about it, couldn't do anything. They ended up taking like a little over $2,000 out of my bank account, and the bank had to pay it back, but the thing is, just to be able to do that and to know you can do that, right? And then brag about it to the person you did it to. Can you imagine? Can you imagine assaulting somebody and then going to them and bragging about the fact that you were smart enough or strong enough to assault them, and think it's funny, And there was a bunch of ha-has across the page, just laughing that they'd violated my privacy like that. I'm not a violent person at all, but child, I'm telling you. It was very devastating, I was made whole, I canceled all, and it was disruptive. It was disruptive. I had to cancel everything. I had that Gmail account for years, and I had to just thank you, Twissa. Thank you. I needed that sympathy, but I had and everything. I had blogs attached to that Gmail account. I had a whole nother YouTube channel attached to that account. But Gmail wants you to go through 1,000 hoops and all this, and I didn't have time for all that. I would like to have saved all that stuff, but all them instructions and directions, and I'm like, listen, just delete the thing, okay? So I lost so much content. I'm telling you, out of my Google Drive. I mean, everything. But I was just, first of all, I was scared. I was afraid that this person, whoever he or she or it was, who went in there, would continue to do terrible things. So I just just get rid of it. So I did, and so that was the inconvenience, and the loss of all that information that I had, and having to redo all my credit cards and wait for. I mean, it was just awful. It was awful. It was awful. And that has a lot to do with the way I feel about hacking. Whether you call it ethical or whatever, I don't give a damn. Okay. I feel like, look, because I asked Wesley, y'all know Dr. Phillips will be over here. I wasn't in cybersecurity at that time. I was still in HR at OPM. Okay. I was mad. you know? And I was like, aren't you a cybersecurity person? What the hell are you doing? What are you securing? What are you doing? Listen, like he worked at the bank and he was on the team, you know what I'm saying? But I was just, I mean, it was frustrating. It was so frustrating. And then y'all know I made that video to that other dude who does that hacking there. I asked him, what's T? What's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because after the hack that happened with SolarWinds, he made a video telling my son, yeah, we had another hack. That means we got to do more red teaming this year. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? What you mean? I was like, you know how you sound right now? Like, I just told you, hey, listen, these people just hacked into my bank account. They stole $2,000. They got into my Gmail. Oh, and I forgot to say that. And then they got into my Amazon account and started ordering shit on Amazon. And Amazon, it took me months to get back into my Amazon account. I'm telling you, I don't know who was on the other side of that phone, but it was so frustrating because my Amazon account was attached to my Gmail account that I had canceled. I didn't have it anymore, you know? So they kept asking me, where can we send it? I'm like, girl, I ain't got it. like, what the hell you want me to do? Ask me something else, to get this information or whatever. I finally got a hold of somebody with some sense, okay, and got back into my Amazon account. And when I got in there, whoever it was, they had ordered, I mean, I can go in there now and see what they ordered in there. A whole bunch of damn PlayStation game cards. That's what they ordered. Like a ton of PlayStation game cards, Oh, child, these criminals, I tell you the truth. Yeah, but I'm not down with that, yeah, you just got violated. Oh, so come on, let's go practice how to violate people, Like you sound like a nut. I ain't saying about video, but in my mind, I was like, you sound like a straight up nut. You are good at what you do, yes, but you sound like a nut. Hey, Professor Black Ops, what you doing up this late? You can sell those like currency, the game card. Maybe that's what they were doing. Cause I'm like, who the hell needs this many PlayStation cards? Lord have mercy. Come on now. And that was it. That was all. They probably used the $2,000 they stole to buy PlayStation cards or something. Shout out to the STIGS. There you go. Really. Professor Black Ops, I told him we're gonna make these STIGS sexy now. We're gonna do it. We are gonna do it. I'm gonna make a whole commercial on the STIGS being sexy. Okay. They're gonna have on skinny jeans and everything. You're gonna do it. I'm writing out the script right now. Okay, I'm gonna go right over there to Fiverr, and we're gonna make a sexy STIGS commercial. Okay, I'm gonna try not to make them too jealous, Professor Black Ops. You might be getting a lot of business, a lot of people on your channel after this commercial comes out. Okay, because everybody's gonna be in there. High value checks. There you go. But I think that's it though. That's the culprit. Okay, that's the culprit. I don't like that. I really do not. I still don't see the sense in it. I don't see the sense in it. And I don't care how much you try to convince me, because Dr. Phillips, he tries. He really does. He gets an A for effort. He gets an A for effort. Okay. But I ain't trying to hit it. I'm not. Until you show me, I need to see some concrete data that shows me, okay, that learning to violate decreases violations. Okay. I need to see that. Okay. And I've been asking, okay, I need to see that learning to burn down houses decreases the amount of houses that get burned down. Show me that kind of stuff. I'm open. I really am. I'm open to listening and all this stuff, right? I am like I have a very open mind, very open mind. But you know, some stuff just don't make sense, child. Why is stuff still recording? Maybe I need to refresh the page or something. It's only 30-something minutes. Child, this stuff says still recording. Oh my goodness. Processing recording. I don't know. Maybe I got enough room on there or something. But I took a whole bunch of videos off. I hope I have enough room. So what you doing now? What time is it over there? Like 9 o'clock? 11, 10, 9. I guess it's almost 10 o'clock, huh? How you doing with that with the little girl there? My mama told me the little girl was over there with y'all. I know Adrielle is on cloud 9 that she got she got somebody there with her. That's cool though. That's really good. That's cool. Yeah, y'all. So I guess I'm gonna go do something. Wait for this damn video. I watched Game of Thrones over again. I didn't want to do it at first because I can't stand the ending. I'm looking at the whole season of Game of Thrones was just amazing. I mean, so good. It's like, how you got 8 seasons. How can every season be better than the last? I don't understand. Like, you guys are talented, you know, the imagination. And I love how they talked about it afterwards as if it was a real thing. Like, they're talking about these characters as if they're actual people, you know, with feelings and desires. And I mean, the whole thing. And then came the last 3 episodes. I was looking at the TV like what had happened? Like what happened? It looked like the dude who owned the studio with the fake lot was like, look, y'all got to get up out of here, you know, and they had to just hurry up it. Cause child, I'm still getting over the red wedding. Oh my God, Professor Blackout. That was one of the. It was Ned Stark's head being chopped off. That was the first thing where I was like, what the work? The red wedding devastated me. I mean, devastated me. The way they jugged that girl in the stomach with that knife. Ooh, child. And then her son, and he loved that girl, you know, so he was just ready to, you know, I don't think he had any fight in him anyway. You know, he was ready to get his neck chopped off. Okay. And then the mom, she just up there yelling, and the guy just came behind her and went, oh my God. It was terrible. And that old nasty, disgusting dude up there, you know, who set the whole thing up, it was terrible. And hold the door. Yeah, I saw that episode today, right? Where you know, where we learn why they call him Hodor. Whole thing. I wonder if he turned into a White Walker. He was too nice to be a White Walker. He'd have probably just walked on by. It wouldn't even bother you. That's what he would have done. He wouldn't have bothered you. Hodor would have done nothing. He would have done nothing. So it was that. It was the red wedding. It was Ned Stark getting his head chopped off. Joffrey dying. I wanted to have a Joffrey died party up in here with balloons and confetti and cake and everything. Okay. That boy played that part, didn't he? Didn't Joffrey play that part? I'm telling you, he really did. When he died, I mean, the sun, it was nighttime, but the sun came out, the birds started singing. I mean, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Okay. It was wonderful. What was another part? The what was it called? The War of the Bastards or something like that. When Jon Snow and that crazy ass dude, you know, were fighting there for Winterfell. Is that what it's called? Winterfell? I love that. That battle was amazing. They did such a great job. You see, you're still mad at that little boy. Yeah, that whole thing was amazing. And you know, Sansa came through. She came through. Come through, Sansa. Okay. Come through, girl. She did, child. Because Jon Snow was about to give up the ghost a second time. a second time. Yeah, so that was really, really good. And so the thing that made me mad, right, is that I was Daenerys, I liked her. Like she was awesome. You know, I really liked her. And the fact that they made her turn crazy in like an episode and a half by just smudging some black eyeliner under her eye, like she ain't sleep for a couple of days. I'm like, child, this girl been consistent for 8 whole seasons. So you want us to believe in 2 episodes she done gone crazy? Listen, that was ridiculous. You know, that was totally ridiculous. Totally. I don't care what the hell she saw. That was ridiculous. Okay. And what else? And Cersei. Cersei was a BIITH. Okay. They should have found the most creative way for her to get killed off. How you just gonna have some rocks? And then she with her brother in his arms, loving on him and all this stuff. Listen, I like somebody got to answer for this because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was not. It just ruined the whole thing. You know, I mean the whole thing. You know the whole thing. You know, so I don't know what they're doing with this new stuff that they're making. They just tweeted like last week or something. Winter is coming. I'm like, okay. Is it going to be a wonderful winter until you get to the last couple of days again? What kind of winter this going to be? Okay. What kind of winter is this going to be? All right. Because I want to know up front, okay, if you're going to renege on the last 2 episodes. I need to know that up front, okay? He said, Kevin on stage did a What Broke You on Game of Thrones. Oh, did he? Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's really cool. That's really cool. So it was Daenerys losing her mind in 1.5 episodes. That was totally ridiculous. It was the way that Cersei died. Okay, it was way too nice for how evil she was. All right. What else I didn't like about that last? The fight with the White Walkers. First of all, I couldn't see shit. Why the hell was it so dark? I got the TV like, is it my resolution? Like, what the hell? I can't see nothing. Child, I was like, what is going on? So that whole fight was like, what a fight, you know? These people here, something had to be happening behind the scenes. Okay. It had to be. So that fight that had been, you know, the whole thing. The whole thing was leading up to the thing with the White Walkers. You know what I'm saying? And it was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. You know, I'm like, that's it. So it was that too. And then what else? Oh, yeah, and the fact that Daenerys just, you know, went nuts and ruined everything. And that Jon Snow didn't become king after she went crazy. He went back to the damn wall. I'm like, y'all, you know what? I'm done. I am fit. Who I got to tweet about this? Okay, can we cancel Game of Thrones? Like what? I mean, it's already over, but who can we cancel for doing this? You know, like this. Oh, I still feel it. I'm telling you, I still feel the disappointment. I still feel the disappointment. It's terrible. We get invested in these movies and stuff. Like, Cheryl, this shit ain't real, girl. Calm down. Calm down. It ain't real. Calm down. What is going on with this video, child? Maybe Zoom. I mean, I got 4 hours to sleep. And this video, these people here, she gonna have to get this in the morning, child. Because I can't. I'll be liking my sleep too. And this morning, I didn't go to bed till like 3 o'clock this morning. Okay. For no reason at all. Ain't got no reason to be up. Just up. You know how you just up That's how I was. We went to bed at 3. I got up at 7. No, like 6 something. And this morning, so it's 1:03 right now. I got to get up in like 3.5 hours or something. Yeah. It's gonna be a night of it. What you say, Professor Black Ops? Messed up for a week. Oberyn fighting the giant. Who is Oberyn? I don't remember who that is. And now what I did like, I love how whoever the lead White Walker dude is, how he be doing this right here. And all them people eyes start turning blue. And they start getting up looking all ugly and growling and stuff. I thought that was real nice. Like when they were on that island. Remember Jon Snow went to that island or whatever to get whoever he was trying to get. And they were there. The scene where they, you know how in World War Z, how they making all that noise over the wall in Israel, they're making all that noise and it's making and they start climbing on each other over the wall and they just fall over the wall. Like that's how they did, in Game of Thrones, the thing. That was amazing. Like that was really, really nice. Watch you put a video in the chat where? Where's that, Professor Black? Child, I don't know how to work this YouTube stuff. I'm normally on StreamYard. I don't know about this YouTube. I don't see no video in the chat. Is it a private chat or something? Let me look. Pop out chat. Is that what it is? Pop out the chat. Oh, did you send me the scene with Oberyn fighting the giant? I don't see no video. Oh, Professor Black Ops. I put you in my my presentation. I put your channel in there. I took a screenshot of your channel and put it in there. You and Keep It Techie and Alpha Cyber as places for them to go, channels for them to subscribe to when they need, help with different things. I still don't see no link. So I went ahead, so I started watching it again, and I'm liking it again, but I'm scared to get to the last season because I don't want to face that disappointment. I know what's coming, and I'm scared. I don't even want to. I don't know if I want to go that far to watch the episodes that got on my nerves, child. I don't know if I want to do it. Put myself through that disappointment again. But watching it again, and I'm catching stuff that I totally missed the first time. I mean, I'm like, who that? Who that? Where he come? Like, oh, that's how she got there. Oh, that's her daddy or whatever. Because I totally missed that other stuff. I mean, I either missed the whole episode or something. I went to drink to the bathroom or whatever. I don't know. But there's a lot of stuff. I'm like, I don't remember this at all. But I'm on the episode now where I think I'm on the 2nd to 7th. Maybe I'm on season 7. What did I just watch? Yeah, I just watched the fight between Jon Snow and that crazy dude who was torturing Theon. That dude was nuts. He played that part too. He was totally off his rocker. The ice dragon, man, wasn't that ice dragon amazing? I'm sorry that he became an ice dragon and dead and all that, but he was awesome. Like he really was. I haven't gotten to that part yet because Daenerys hasn't met Jon Snow yet. For where I am. But yeah, that was. I mean, I was. I was glad he was back alive, though. I didn't want to just be dead or whatever. I mean, he's a white walking dragon, but he was alive. Yeah, that was really cool. And what else? What other part? I mean, Sansa, not Sansa. What's that girl name? Her sister stabbing him with the dragon ice or dragon glass or whatever. I mean, Bronn. That's his name. Bronn, the brother with the second sight who could see like the birds and all that. Him becoming king I'm like, who wrote this? I read, there was this author that I read, J.R. Ward is her name. She wrote these erotic novels about vampires. I used to read, stuff like that. Child, I could read a whole book like in one day, like 300, 400 pages. Okay. I'd be up like till this time. I'm a reader. Okay. I don't just read books, I'm a reader. All right. And I used to read books like that a lot. I thought I was going to actually write an erotic romance novel. Okay. Because I love writing, and all that. But back in the day, J.R. Ward was one of my favorite authors. She wrote, her books about the vampires and all that stuff. It was just amazing. And then I read the last one that I read. It was so all of her books before that. It was like 4 or 5 books that I read. It was about brothers, these vampire brothers, right? Who had found non-vampire mates, and they bite them and make them vampire, all that stuff. Well, this one was about a female vampire, who found the love of her life and all this or whatever. When I'm reading this book, I'm like, this chick did not write this. Okay. She did not write this book. All right. Because it was clearly, I don't care what nobody say. She did not write that book. She was trying to save some money. She went to Fiverr and got a ghostwriter. That person wrote that book. Because I'm like, this is terrible. Like, it don't even sound like, it wasn't her book. And I didn't read none of them after that. The rest of them, she could have wrote them, with all of them. She could have wrote everything, but I didn't read it because I was disappointed that she was trying to bamboozle me, okay, by putting her name on a book she didn't write. She paid the ghostwriter, yes, okay. She had the right to put her name on it, okay, that's fine. But what you're not gonna do, okay, is try to make me believe you wrote this terrible ass book, okay? Because you didn't. HBO True Blood. I never watched HBO True Blood. Is that like Twilight? I ain't trying to watch these teeny bop type things. I mean, Dr. Phillips loves Twilight. I said, how old are you? He tried to convince me to sit down and watch some Twilight, all of them. I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? He loved him some Twilight. I said, child, are you serious? I don't know. True Blood, is that like them teenage people and all that? I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. And another thing that got me about Game of Thrones, right? Let me check on this video again, child. Processing refine. Let me go ahead and refresh it. Or maybe I need to sign in again or something. Let me try to sign in again, because ain't no way in the world a 30-minute video take that much time, to do this. Zoom better get on that game. I be trying to use Zoom for YouTube, because I know that when I go in Zoom and make a video, it gives me the option if I want to put it on YouTube or not. And I tried that. Y'all saw those test videos I did a couple of days ago. The delay is redonkulous. I mean, and I don't know how to stop it. Like, I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know how to fix it, because I would like to use, Zoom for some of these things, but that delay is terrible. I'm on my Zoom page, y'all. Let me go back to recording to see what the hell. This thing better have recorded too. I mean, if it didn't, I'll do it again, but shit. You never watched Twilight? I mean, it was all right. I don't know if it was all that people would be making it out to be. All that. I watched what is that really, really scary vampire show? It's old, but it's so, what is it called? Salem's Lot. Ooh, I watched Salem's Lot when I was small. I don't know how old I was, but Salem's Lot had me awake, child. I mean, scared to close my eyes for like a month. That was a scary movie. Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot wasn't playing. Even the title, Salem's Lot, that shit just sounds scary, and it really was. Ooh, it was scary. And also The Exorcist, like the original Exorcist, that stuff was, I'm like, that stuff was crazy. I talk about scary. I never watched that again. Never. I don't know how I watched it the first time, as religious as my family was. Like, well, I don't even know how I must have been at somebody else's house or something, you know. Or that was before we got real saved. Maybe we just halfway saved and I was watching that before we got full 100%. Am I missing something? Yeah, but that old stuff is and I don't really like watching horror films or anything like that. Oh, but what I was gonna say, right, is that for Game of Thrones, right? It was almost like Training Day, you know. I love that movie. I love the show Training Day. I really do. I tried my best to be on Jake's side because he deserved people to be on his side. I mean, Denzel wasn't treating him right. He really wasn't. He wasn't treating him right at all, at all. But I mean, it it took a lot. Like it took a lot. I'm like, at the end, at the end when he left him in the dude house for them to murder him, and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, Denzel, you're not going too far. Like, he did all the other stuff he did. I'm like, I give him a pass. Yeah, he's Denzel. I mean, and what you want me to do? But that last stunt he pulled, okay, I was like, okay, Denzel, I'm gonna have to. He had me on his side, right? Right up there, child. But I had to go ahead and sympathize with Jake. I'm like, Jake, he did you wrong. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner. Okay, but I'm with you right now. It was still sad when they shot him up like that, though, at the end of the movie. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Like, why y'all got to shoot him all them times now? That's unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. And what? Now, I don't watch a lot of movies. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm talking about them now, but I don't watch a lot of movies because I don't have time to, or I just don't. Like, I can't work. I work a lot, on these machines. Okay, and I can't have, uh, you know, dialogue in my ear when I'm trying to read and decipher and understand. I can't have all that. Now, Dr. Phillips, he have the TV, he listening to CNN, he talking to somebody on Zoom, he asking me, I'm like, he got all this stuff going on, okay? And I'm like, which one are you doing? Like, what's going on here? It's crazy. It's unbelievable, crazy. So the movies I do watch, like I really watch, and I watch over, cause so I don't miss anything, you know, so I don't miss anything. And I've watched and rewatched. I love him in Fences. I thought Viola Davis was going to eat him up. Professor Black Ops. Let's talk. We got to talk about Fences now. Fences. It was painful for me. Because I'm like, why are they talking like they're in a play? Like it didn't make it was like, them pictures you see with a person's face going this way and that way. Like, it's hard to look at that because your mind wants to say, which one is it? Okay. It's very frustrating to look at pictures like that. Fences was frustrating for me. See, that's the thing. It didn't make sense. How can you be in a play? The backdrop was real. You got a tree and cars passing by, but you're talking like you're on a stage. I could not, my brain had a hard time processing. Like, Cheryl, what we doing here? Okay. Are we watching a stage play or are we watching a movie? You need to make up your mind. Because I can't. That Fences was very frustrating. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it because it was too incongruent for me. You know, I guess my OCD was kicking in or something. I'm like, y'all got to pick a struggle. We can't do this here. No, no, no. Are you a movie or you a play? Pick a struggle. Come on, let's go. Because I can't I can't do this. I wasn't even able to watch it all the way through, and I wanted to because I love both of them, but I couldn't. I couldn't watch it. I could not watch it. You know, I tried. I gave it the good old college try. It wasn't happening. It was now. If they do a play on a stage with some fake shit in the background, you know, I'm there for all that. Okay, I can watch that. You enjoyed it, good. You know, I'm glad you were able to. Your brain was able to come to some resolution and be like, okay, here we go, here we are. I wasn't. I was just all mixed up. Because I didn't know, like in the beginning, I after I saw it and I looked it up and I was like, then I saw that it was actually, a play. It was based on a play. But when I first watched it, I didn't know that. I'm just like, something ain't right here, you know. you know, like something is strange. How are they doing this? I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, good. So it wasn't me. Okay. It wasn't me. But I liked The Martian. The Martian was I used The Martian in some of my presentations and stuff, right? That whole I'm not gonna die here message. I love that. I really do. I absolutely love that. And I use that for all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Let me check this thing one more time. Refresh now. Oh, this light is bright. Yeah, it still says processing recording. Let me check on Gmail real quick. You enjoyed The Martian? It was really good. Now, I think I told y'all on this channel, Marvel comic book guy. Yeah. I think Professor Black Ops, I told y'all that I spoke with and I still have the emails too. I might bring them out. But Mars One. Okay, can I share a screen on this thing? What the hell does this thing do? I don't know what the world this thing do. What is this over here? Calendar or something? Uh, the expedition was called Mars One. They might still have their website up. Let me check Mars One. Because she was a part of that. All right. Now they selected these people. They had to go through the whole rigmarole, okay, of being selected to be part of the Mars One, which was supposed to be the first manned flight to Mars, but it's going to be one way. Okay. It's still up here. Okay, the website is here. It's mars-1.com. There was two people that I was able to contact who were training for this. One of them lived in DC, and the other lady, she lived around here too, like Alexandria or something. Like they were close, okay? And this was before Corona and all that stuff. So I reached out to her because this is when I was still in training, because I wanted to know, like, what do y'all do? Like, how are you preparing, to go to Mars? And it's a one-way trip, okay? So they had their biographies on the website. Let me see if they're still here. Current status. Okay, let's see what's going on. Because the last I read, they ran out of money. Yeah, they ain't going nowhere. Elon Musk probably will get there before they do. Because they were partnering with Lockheed Martin and Paragon Space Development Corporation. Yeah, I talked to one of the ladies, but it was a very interesting conversation. Okay, and they train like very hard, like very very hard to be able to like physical and psychological. They go through a lot of exams and stuff because it's going to take them. You know, that ain't no 5 hour flight. They gonna be in that ship for a long time. And you know, so they had, I forgot which part, what she was. She wasn't a doctor. She was like an engineer or something like that, you know. So it wasn't just like training to go to Mars just to hang out, you know. They would have to go there and like work to create something so more people can come, you know. So it was very, the whole, like if you read the whole thing, you know, all that Mars stuff is very, very interesting. But I love that movie though, because he really had to use, you know, his ingenuity and creativity, you know, to be able to stay there. Oh, you sent it to my LinkedIn? Okay, good, because it ain't popping up over here. I don't know what's up with this thing. It's not popping up. I'll go look at it over there. I think I might go ahead and watch it to the end though. Maybe I missed a critical thing that'll just fix it all for me. It's possible. It's possible that I, you know, but I don't know though, because I think my disappointment was fairly universal. Like I was the only one who felt that way. But we could all be wrong. I don't know. Look at it again. See. We will see. Uh, what else did I watch? I just watched Taken for the first time like 2 weeks ago. And I know that came out. I don't know when Taken came out, like 5 years ago or something. But I would see it, like I see the picture, you know, on Prime and Netflix. I never, you know, but I like Liam Neeson. I really do like him. I like all his movies, you know, all of them. It's three. Yep. So I watched the first one, and I'm like, damn, that was good. Like I didn't expect him, because I don't. So I watched the Braveheart like one that he's in, where he's in Scotland, or I forget the name of it, but I love that one. I love that one. I've watched that several times, and I love him in that one. And he's in Krull, you know, Krull, that very, very old movie. Like he's in there, and like other stuff that he's in, but I've never really seen him like an action thing, which is probably why I never clicked on it, you know, because I'm like, you don't really see him like that. Man, that was good. Taken was really good. I was like, man, I gotta watch the rest of these. You seen Kroll? To Kroll is the bomb. I need to buy Kroll. I really do. I really do. I mean, Kroll is, I love it. I absolutely. I even referred to it in one of my recent videos about that castle, you know, that disappeared, showed up someplace every day. Kroll is really good. I watched, so I subscribed my most recent subscription. So I canceled Peacock. Peacock was still trying to show me commercials after I paid money. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Okay. And then they tell you, you're gonna pay us this amount, but we still gonna show you commercials. I read it just like that. I said, once the 7-day trial is up, we done. Okay, I 14, however many it was. And they show you like you got cable TV back in 1982 type commercial, you know? I'm like 3 and 4 commercials at a time. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? What y'all think? What you think this is? So listen, I love me some Office. I do. I watch The Office every night for all them years. It was on Netflix. It would put me to sleep at night. I loved it. I love me some Office. Michael Scott is one of my heroes. Okay. I love me some Jim and Pam. That whole story is amazing. I like all that. Okay. But I ain't watching no commercials. I'm good. What you say? Banker on Disney was great too. I haven't seen that. So my daughter, Naomi, told me to get Disney Plus. She said, Mom, you just get Disney Plus, okay? Because you got, and I already have most of the Disney movies anyway. I purchased them a while ago from Prime, because I've had Prime since 2011. So I have a lot of that stuff. She's like, just go get the Disney Plus, and I did, and I love it because I'm watching the Marvel movies like every day. Every day. I gotta check out Banker. So I got my Marvel on there. I got my X-Men on there because I love Wolverine. Why Logan ain't on there? That's what I was wondering. Where is Logan? Why isn't that on Disney Plus with the rest of them X-Men movies? That's an X-Men movie, isn't it? So I don't know why that one ain't on there. Anyway, and I saw me and my baby, my two oldest, we watched the Goofy movie. They love that movie with Powerline. Tevin Campbell played the voice of Power, not the voice, he was singing. He sang the songs of Powerline. I love them Powerline songs, child. I'll have to download that on my phone. The Powerline song. I'll have to find that. Stand Out. Because I love me some Tevin Campbell now. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. I love me some Tevin Campbell now. What else? Yeah, so I got HBO Max. Okay, I've been holding out on HBO Max because I had HBO on Prime already. I'm like, what the hell I need HBO Max for? It's the same thing. But it's not though. But it's not. So I went ahead and I got I think on HBO Max had a very short trial. It could have been like 1 or 2 days because I clicked it, and the next thing I knew, I was getting an email talking about, okay, we done. You gonna pay for this or what? So I went ahead and paid for it when I saw that these movies coming out in the movies are coming out on HBO Max too. I'm like, really? Okay. So I went ahead and because I ain't going to no movies anytime soon. Okay. I ain't doing that. If I can stay home and listen, let me tell you something. I missed the new Denzel one, Little Things. I missed that by a day. I was so disappointed. So I wanted to see that so bad. I love me some Denzel. I missed that. But I caught the Godzilla and the King Kong, which was all right. I mean, I didn't get it at first, I'm like, what happened? Like, who evil, who good? Like, why he fighting? I don't understand. So it took me watching it with half an ear the second time, to see, oh, okay, I see what happened. But it was all right. But let me tell you something. If I had paid good money for tickets, popcorn, soda, hot dog, whatever, to see Mortal Kombat, child, I have walked out of theaters before. I'm like, this shit is whack. Okay, I'm out of here. I don't care how much I paid for whatever. I walked out. I was upset because I felt like I wasted my money, but I ain't staying there suffering through some bad movie. Mortal Kombat was terrible. The first one was bad, okay? But that song was hitting. That song was on something. That Mortal Kombat song. They didn't even have the courtesy to put the song in there. They just had a whole bad movie without the good song in there. I'm like, what's going on here? Mortal Kombat was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay? I'm like, who did this? Who? What a screen? Who did this? That's another Fiverr movie right there. Somebody went to Fiverr and be like, look, I need a script real quick. Okay. I don't put down Fiverr. They got some good people on Fiverr now. Fiverr done hooked me up a couple times. Okay. But I'm saying, look, that movie was terrible. Professor Black Ops, I'm warning you now. Listen. I was waiting for it to get good. I'm like, okay, so the beginning of it tried it. It tried it. The first 5 minutes tried it. They did, but it didn't get there. And it was downhill from there. I'm telling you. I'm like, okay. I guess we're going to get Mortal Kombat 3 is going to be terrible too. Okay, we're just going to keep it up. It's like that movie. I actually went to the movies to see, and I went with my auntie. I remember this. And I only remember this because this movie was so bad. I mean, it was painful. painful. Ishtar. Have you seen Ishtar? I don't remember nothing. My sister would tell you. Twisted, you still here? Tell them, girl. I don't remember nothing. I remember going to Ishtar. Okay. I don't know how when was that, when that movie came out? Because I couldn't have been let me see. Ishtar movie. And I think who was in there? That funny guy was in there. 1987. Produced by Warren Beatty. Dustin Hoffman was in it. Isabel, I don't know who that is. Charles Grodin. 87. How old was I? 6, 77, 8, 79, 80, 81, 82, 85. I was like 11 or 12 years old when I went to see that terrible ass movie. Okay. It was awful. Yep, that's it. Yeah, Mortal Kombat wasn't no better. It was like a remake of Ishtar in Japan. Okay. Mortal Kombat is Ishtar in Japan. All right. It was terrible. Oh, I see it. What Game of Thrones moment finally broke you? That's really cool. That's really nice. I'll watch it. All right, what do we have here? Yeah, it was bad, Professor. I'm warning you, Professor Black. Oh, hey, Kareem, where you been? I haven't been seeing you around. Is getting a script from Fiverr software as a service? It could be. It absolutely could be. So I have, what have I gotten from Fiverr? I got business cards from Fiverr. I got a trailer for my business. I wanted them to do a trailer for Epiphany. And I have it, it's on my Epiphany Learning channel though. They did a pretty good job. They did pretty okay. I did I found the pictures and I did the script and the voiceover, but they put all that stuff together and it was okay. You know, it wasn't bad. What else have I gotten from Fiverr? I mean, I've asked for some things, but I never followed through. I think I already got some money in my queue actually that I need to use for something. Cybersecurity for the people. That's it, right? That should be Fiverr's motto: cybersecurity for the people. But they do have cybersecurity people in there. Like if you type in cybersecurity, it's mostly like pen testing and stuff like that though. Like they might put together some study material or something, but there's so much study material. You ain't got to pay for nothing. I mean, you know, Reddit has so much study material is crazy, you know. All this stuff is free. So I wouldn't go to Fiverr to pay for any study material for anything. So I'd have to go back in my thing to see exactly what I got, but it was mostly like business stuff, you know, just seeing. Have they ever written anything for me? I don't think so. It's something I'm not getting. I get side work from. I've heard of Upwork. Upwork. You be doing STIGS on Upwork, Professor Black Ops? Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to do on that thing. Is that Amazon? No, that's Mechanical Turk. Who does Upwork? I looked into Mechanical Turk because I heard about that too as like a good place to get like cyber stuff or just side jobs, period, whatever you're doing, websites or whatever. The Mortal Kombat video games are the best moves. Yeah, I mean, the video games are awesome. You know, the sounds that they be making and the way that they knock people head off and all that stuff is amazing. Like I love it. You know, NIST, HIPAA, SOC, and STIGS. Okay. You ain't gonna never be out of work, Professor Black. I do. I need to get more more acquainted with STIGS and like GRC stuff too. Like I'm not very familiar with all that GRC stuff. I watch like policies, like these policy videos and stuff of folks talking about what's coming up in cyber and what's on the floor, and and all that stuff, which is very interesting. But oh, what I did want to talk to you about though. So in the video, Professor Blackouts, when I seen the link, I have in there, and I posted it on LinkedIn maybe last week or something. But it's that chart that about how our data is monetized, okay? And it starts with, how we voluntarily get it, and how data brokers just, crawl the internet for stuff and accumulate it, and then form personas based on, all that stuff that they do. And then, you have the devices and the software and stuff that's used to, get even more data. And then it goes to banks or, governments like Social Security Administration, all that stuff, until it gets out to users and then businesses and people who actually consume it, and use it for profit and all that. Now that chart came from the lady who wrote that article about, I think it's HIT, those hit things, right? Because she was saying, if you're asking for privacy, all you doing, now she didn't say it like this, but I'm saying it like this because this is what she meant. If you're asking for privacy, you looking to come out of the field and get into the big house. That's what you're looking for. Okay. That's what you call, getting, elevating yourself, because you got your privacy data or whatever, all you is in a big house. That's all you still a slave. you just working in a house now. Okay. So what she's saying is, okay, asking for privacy, you still eating crumbs off the floor. Okay. What you need to be asking for is control of your information. Hello. I was like, okay, all right, girl. I see what you're working with, So I would love to discuss that. I can send you her article. It's very comprehensive. Okay. I've read it several times, and I even looked into that HIT program or app or whatever she's talking about. She might listen. It's not crazy what she's saying is, and some people are heading towards that already, some countries, not us, but some countries, are like, you know what? You created this data, this is actually yours. We, and they ask, can we, or if, will you allow us to do this certain thing? Or I mean, they have a whole thing there, that's much better than what we're doing over here, much, much, much better, I think, than what we're doing over here. Which is why I say security is about freedom to be secure, okay? Which is different than security, right? Because security, the way we talk about, is almost like, okay, I'm going to secure you, I'm going to secure you. That's what I'm going to do, which is how, like, who says that? Who does, how, that sounds like if somebody is imposing security on you, okay, you sound like you're in jail, actually, because they're imposing it on you, okay? They're making you be secure, versus you being free to be secure, meaning, okay, I, choose to be secure in this way, or I choose less security over here, okay? And I'm aware of the consequences, okay? But I'm a grown-ass woman, okay? Let me, can I do this thing, or what's going on? Kareem says state of Maryland and the district have some opt-out PII rules. Oh, do they? I'm gonna have to look into that. I didn't know that. I am going to have to look into that. I am. That's interesting. But there's several places that are like, moving towards that kind of thing. Because the thing about, and this is what I meant, Professor Black Ops, when I was like, Facebook on some BS, okay? Because the thing about information, right, and that it's not like money. Because if you steal my money, I ain't got it and you got it, okay? Information is not like that, right? If you steal my information, I still got it. I can use it. You know, it's just that you got it too. Right? And you could use it too for some, craziness that you want to use it or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's the so that's why I felt like, Facebook don't give a damn if somebody, steals some shit. They still got it. They still making money with it. They don't care. You know, like, do they care? Like, they don't care. Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's what it seemed like. They seem just real nonchalant, about this kind of stuff. You know, what if it's money? That's a different story now. Somebody got to go to jail. All right, somebody got to go down for this. Okay, because I've lost something. Now, if somebody steal from me the secret that you told me, I still know it. I ain't lose nothing. They just know now. Now both of us know that you've been on some stuff. Okay. I didn't lose anything. I still got control because I can still, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of thing. So I feel like the attitude, about data breaches and stuff is not what it is when it comes to, physical things being taken, which are actually, when they're taken, you can see that they're gone and you can't use it because it ain't there, you know, and data is just not like that. Data information is not like that. He said the FBI was fixing private companies' vulnerabilities without permission. I saw somebody else do a story on that too. Yep, check the Maryland State Attorney. Okay, let me write that down because I will forget. Do a video on that, Kareem. The Maryland State Attorney. Do you do those kind of videos? Because I didn't see a video from you in like a month. You busy? I need you to do a video about that stuff where you was talking about you was in the water in Katrina. I need a video on that too. Okay, so I can talk about it on the news. And Professor Blackout, you've been cranking them out. You must have like a whole queue, just like them baseball machines that spit out the baseball. Like, I feel like that's what you got over there. Okay, you got all these stories. They just like clockwork. They just coming out. All right, y'all. I'm gonna check this Zoom one more time. One more again right now. And if this thing ain't done, I'm gonna have to hang it up because I can't believe this processing. Zoom must be they must be closed right now or something. Because these things never take that long. You know what? Let me check my other thing over here. Yeah, y'all go look up Mars One. I don't know who took the plate. What's Elon Musk Mars? Is he going to the moon? It's him, right? SpaceX? Not the moon, Mars. I think that's Mars. Let me see. What am I doing? Oh, let me see if I got anything over here. Okay, so on account. This is where it would go. Shoot. So I was talking to Dr. Phillips about a Linux course. Shit, I forgot my damn password. So he's making one, right? And I started creating one, which y'all have to know is not like anything that you've seen before, I'm sure. Okay. Just because that's the way I roll. You say you've been busy, Kareem. I get it. I know. I've been busy too. I really do need to get more videos out as well. You said I'm trying. The young people got me. Yeah, people got you hyped. What was I saying? Oh Lord, I forgot what I was saying. It was important too. Professor Blackout, who was I saying? Remind me. But Oh, Linux, right. So the way that I started it, because I told them what I'm trying to do is so I made a video about a while ago on my channel about how social workers can use the Linux command line with clients, to help them with, with issues where they feel like, they have no control, they have no ability to make decisions about things going on in their lives and all that. So I made a video where I went through, well, this is how you can use a Linux command line to help in that, to show them that actually, you are able to, you know, uh, give a command, you know, and have it carried out immediately. You do have the ability to do that, and to help them build up that confidence that, hey, I can ask for what I want. I can, tell people, what my boundaries are, and what, where they can't cross, and all, what I'm saying. So I did a video like that about Linux. So this one right here, that's just about the command line in general, is like in line with what I'm doing with those, that's videos, right? So I just started so I've been working on that's what a bit is. I've been working on that. And I'm going to put it on my mural, because what I want to do is I want to show the connection between IP addresses and memory and bits, and programs and user space and kernel space. I want to show, the relationship between all that stuff, okay? Because the way that it's presented, I had a hard time with Security Plus, because it like jumped from one subject to the next. So I'm like, what the fuck? What this got to do with that? Like how is this related to what I was just reading? And coming from HR, shit, I didn't know. I had to figure that stuff, because it wasn't clear. It was like one topic to the next topic to the next topic to and that's what I saw. Like a lot of training was like that. Like I don't work that way. You know, I need to know, how is this related to something that I do know? Help me with that, because this right here ain't working. Okay, some people may be very good at taking some chopped up shit and putting it together. I'm not. I need to know what's the relationship. Okay, that would be a nice diagram. If you think it was bad, then 601 is causing. Oh no, I saw your 601. I talked about that on the news. Yeah, how you said, is it that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, child. But anyways, so with this one, the way the way I've I have like analogies and stuff in there, which I tend to do. But what I want them to do is to show how it works, how the terminal emulator works, because it's not really a terminal. I want them to be able to navigate the graphic user interface with only the keyboard. Okay, put your mouse away. Now you got to use these damn Control Alt Z and all this stuff to do all the stuff you normally do on the GUI, but without the mouse, which is a learning curve. Creating this thing is a learning curve for me. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know that did that. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with this keyboard that I mean, for what? I got a mouse. I don't even keep, all I do here is type but as far as navigating and getting it from left to right, and I'm literally like, what the world do I do? Like, how do I how do I do that? Which is really interesting, very interesting, but it's the same kind. So I want to transition them from that to the command line, and then have them practice with Legos coding, and because there's this one exercise that I love, absolutely 100% love, where you have to Like like I would give you, say like 8 Legos, okay, different sizes, different colors. You put them together any way you want to, any way you want to put it. But what you do is as you're putting it together, you write instructions on how you're putting it together. Okay. So you and another person, they do that same thing, right? So they have 8 Legos, different color, size, whatever. They do whatever they want to do with it. And they're also writing instructions. So y'all swap instructions. Take your Legos apart, okay? You swap instructions. You give them the pile of Legos. Now, using your instructions, they have to put these Legos, these 8 Legos together the way that you did, okay? I've done that. Nobody has ever gotten it, ever. Nobody has ever gotten it because there's too much room for interpretation in the way that we speak, right? Too much room. Too much room for me to interpret it this way, for you to interpret it that way, for you to do it this way. I mean, you could have used that instruction and come up with 5 different ways for these Legos to look, and they would all be right because of all that room for interpretation, right? So I use that exercise and other stuff like that to teach about programming, and coding, and why everything has to be precise. Like you cannot leave any room, okay, for interpretation. The computer needs to know exactly this is what this is, okay? I love that exercise though. It's it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And I like doing stuff like that, but people aren't really receptive to doing stuff like that over here. When I was in learning and development, man, we used all kind of stuff. Like I would bring Play-Doh, we were drawing all the time. I had leaders in there making Lego models for things. So we're very open to different stuff like that. Child, I mentioned using Legos in one of these cybersecurity courses. Looked at me like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I also want, so Christopher Emden is an amazing person. He's a Black man. He's a Black professor of physics, I think it is. Is it physics? Something I don't understand. Okay, some subject that is way. I would need to go to school again. Okay, so he's come up with what he called reality pedagogy, where he uses all the tenets of hip hop in the way he creates his curriculum. Okay, like b-boying and or b-boxing and rap and uh, all those tenets. I forget what they all are, but he uses that. So I researched that. This was last year or year before last when we were doing Cyber's Future. Okay. So I said, why don't we have the boys as like a final project, like a capstone type thing, come up with a cybersecurity rap? Because when you rap about something, you got to know about that thing, like you really have to have a certain kind of understanding about what you're rapping about in order to make a coherent, rap that makes sense. You know what I mean? Which would make them have to really know more about things than just the definition, And a rap is fun. And it didn't have to be a rap. It just had to be some kind of, it could be a rap, it could be a poem, a limerick, a screenplay, like, something. They could have even drawn something, to represent a concept, not a computer, no, like something else, to represent, that concept. So that didn't go anywhere, nowhere. I'm like, y'all boring as hell over here. You don't want to do nothing. All you want to do is learn definitions, and pen test, y'all. What you say? Here is the chess sheet, 501 and 601 cover, server plus cloud plus with a lead into pen test. If you sent me something, Kareem, I can't see it because Professor Black Ops tried to send me something too. You can send it to my LinkedIn. I'll probably get it there, unless I'm not doing something right up in here. I don't normally get on YouTube for this stuff. Child, I've been on here for an hour and a half. What time is it? Y'all got to get up in like 2.5 hours. And it's there recorded. It still say process and recorded. Girl, I am done. What does it say? Let me refresh it again. Girl, this thing said process and recording. I'm gonna have to hang up. Zoom, look, I'm gonna have to see you in a few. Because I can't be waiting now. And I can't remember my password, child. Close all these things. All right, y'all. I need to go take my behind the bed somewhere. I'm off to bed. Okay. Have a good night, Professor Black Ops. I'm glad it's Friday too. So after I do this thing tomorrow morning, I gotta go to work. I probably won't be 100%, but you know, they have to be happy with what they got. So, all right, y'all, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, especially this late at night or early in the morning. I do appreciate it. Okay, and I went way off of talking about the STIGS, talking about Game of Thrones and all that stuff, but you hung with me, and I appreciate it. So I'll see y'all back here very, very soon. Okay, y'all have a good night. Okay, bye, Kareem.